Hello, this is Mr. Rodriguez from your Adobe Illustrator class. And Adobe Illustrator class is a vector. And vectors are used for drawing and designing logos. So we're going to go, since we don't have Adobe Illustrator, we're going to go to on your browser and type in vectr.com. Register so that you can save your drawing. Otherwise, you won't be able to save your drawing. And you scroll down, look down where it says you see the cloud with the arrow. That means you can upload after you have designed your signature logo. You're going to take a picture of it and you're going to submit it. Then you can download it and then you can upload it by clicking on that cloud to this program. Now the drawing that I took a picture of it, I have it on this drawing program. And what we're going to do is we're going to trace it. So on the right side, right here, scroll down till you see the word opacity. We're going to change with the sliding bar. We're going to slide it all the way to 50. So we don't want it. We want just the opacity of 50. So we don't want to see it so strong, so we can see our lines. So then on the left side, on top left side, you see the word image right there. There's a lock. There's a little lock. You know, click on the lock. That locks the image so that when I'm drawing, I don't want it moving. And then on the bottom right, down here, there's a magnifier. You just click on the magnification. And I'm going to show you guys how to do a brush stroke. We're going to pretend that we're drawing with the ink and brush. So we're going to click on the ellipse, a circle. You click and drag to draw a circle. And then click on the background on the top right. You click on the color. And if you drag it to the left, it's white. Drag it to the right, it's saturated color. To the left, it's no color. And to the right bottom, it's black. Okay, we want it black because we're going to pretend it's ink. Grab one of the corners and squish the circle. We're going to pretend that we're creating a circle, a brush stroke. Now, if you double click, you'll see these points. You see these dots? Those are control points that you can move around. I can move anywhere. I can move this point anywhere. And what I'm basically doing, I'm drawing with points, anchor points. And because this program was designed by engineers, if you double click on it, you will see that there is a control arm on that point. That means I can add a curve on this point. Like I said, engineers designed this, so this is their idea of what drawing is like. So that was another, my opinion on the difference between an engineer designing a program and an artist. Anyway, so you double click on that point and you can get a control arm or curve. You can make it a small curve. Double click. You make it either a small curve or a long curve. Now you notice that there's no dots down here. I need some points, some anchor points. Wherever you want to point at it and double click, and it adds a point. So double click and it adds a point like that. And if you double click again, it adds a curve on that point. Gives you a curve. And there is my brush stroke. It's a little lumpy here. You can, oops, I think I broke. It looks like sometimes the program's about to crash. When it doesn't respond right away, I feel like, uh-oh, I think it's going to crash. So that's how you're going to create a brush stroke. Now, another technique that I want you to learn the brush stroke. You're going to need to learn it to draw cartoons. Okay. Now, there's another technique. You have block lettering. You can use the pen tool. Click on the pen tool and just click. Do not drag your mouse. Just click, click, click on the points of intersection or the corners Just click on the corners. You can move your mouse. You're not dragging. Don't drag. I mean, don't click and drag. Just click and move the mouse. Click, move the mouse. Click, move the mouse. Now, if you have a closed shape, like here, if I close it, if I put it back where I started, boom, now the shape is closed. If I have a closed shape, I can actually add a color in the middle, like this. That's if you want to do that. But you can if it's not closed, then you won't be able to add an anchor point. And again, you can clean it up. You say, oh, you know what? It'd look better if I actually made it cleaner like this. Make sure that this line matches with this line, and then so that this is all straight. You can move the points around like that. You can actually redesign after you even draw it. You can actually clean it up a little bit like that, so it doesn't look like here. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe you want it to look like that because that's a style, you know. So you don't want to clean it up. But in case you want it to clean up, you can actually move it around like that. So that's it. You're gonna draw. That's how you learning how to draw with this tool. And then you're going to export it. So the way to export it is on the top. Oh, wait a minute. So you have this guide. You see the pencil? This is just a guide. You don't need you don't want to delete it, but you don't want to see it. So on the left, top left, where we locked it, right next to it there's an eyeball. If you click on the eyeball, it will disappear. So it will disappear because we don't want to see it. We want to export it without any guides. And then on the top right, there's a little box with an arrow. That's the export. We want to export the file. Click on export. And you know what? I don't see a save as button, so okay. So we want to save the entire page. And right here it says SVG. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. That's what we're learning how to do. We're learning how to do vector graphics. So I'm going to hit download. And then it downloaded the file with the untitled. You can always rename it. And so I want you to put your name on it. I want you to put your last name on it. Rename the file with your last name dash signature logo. So now it's got your name and the project name. So that's what I wanted you to do. And then take that file, SVG, and turn it into your Google Classroom. All right? So that's all. Thank you.